So, since we already know the two forms of equation ng line, yung ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, ang ating general form, and ax plus by equals c, yung ating standard form, we will now try to graph or sketch the graph of the equation of a line. So, paano ba tayo mag-graph ng given equation ng line? So, the easiest method to sketch the graph of a given equation of line is to find its x and y-intercept. So, when we are finding the x and y-intercept, sinasat lang natin yung ating x and y into 0. Let's say, if we have the equation 5x plus 3y is equal to 15, so, siya ay equation ng line that is written into its standard form. So, para magkaroon tayo ng rough sketch ng equation ng line na yan, we're going to find its x and y intercept. So, kung hahanapin natin ang ating x-intercept, we are just going to set the value of y equal to 0. So, 5x plus 3 times 0 is equal to 15. Then, by solving, 0 na yon. So, natira na lang is 5x is equal to 15. Then, solving for x is equal to positive 3. So, ibig sabihin, ang ating x-intercept ay 3. Ang ating coordinates para dito ay 3, 0. And then, plotting the points, dito si 3, 0. Next naman is to find its y-intercept. So, kung kay x-intercept, we are setting y equal to 0. Kay y-intercept, we are setting x equal to 0. So, 5 times 0 plus 3y is equal to 15. So, wala na yon. Natira na lang ay 3y is equal to 15. And then, solving for y, yan, y is equal to 5. So, ibig sabihin, our y-intercept is 5 and the coordinates is at 0, 5. Yan. Nandito si 0, 5. Yan. Ito si 0, 5. Andito si 0, 5. Ito naman si 3, 0. Meron na tayo ngayong rough sketch ng graph ng equation na 5x plus 3y is equal to 15. So, connecting these points. Yan. Ito na ang rough sketch ng graph ng equation na 5x plus 3y is equal to 15. So, since meron na tayo ngayong rough sketch ng equation ng line natin, pag-usapan naman natin yung slope ng line. So, ang slope ng line is defined as the steepness of a line. So, ito, yung steepness ng line na ito. So, kung meron tayong given na dalawang points, let's say, meron tayong point P and point Q, wherein si point P is at 0, 5, and Q is at 3, 0. So, kung si point P ay yung ating x sub 1, y sub 1, at si Q ay yung ating x sub 2, y sub 2, ang slope natin is defined as the change in y over change in x. Change in y over change in x. Slope is the change in y over change in x. So, ang symbol na ginagamit for slope is m. So, if it is the change in y, so ibig sabihin that is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over change in x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So, geometrically, dinidefine din ang slope as rise over run. Rise over run, so ibig sabihin, rise is the vertical movement of the graph and run is the horizontal movement of the graph. So, to find the slope of the given equation of the line passing through the points 0, 5, and 3, 0, pwede natin gamitin itong formula na to, which is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So, by substitution on the formula, so ano ba ang ating y sub 2? Y sub 2 is 0 minus ating y sub 1 ay 5 over x sub 2 ay 3 minus x sub 1 ay 0. 0 minus 5, negative 5. 3 minus 0 is 3. So, ngayon, ang slope natin, the value is negative 5 over 3. So, ano ngayon ang gamit ng sign ng slope? So, ang sign ng slope natin will determine kung ang graph ba natin ay magra-rise sa kanan or magra-rise sa kaliwa. So, since ang ating slope dito ay negative, ibig sabihin, ang graph natin will rise to the left. Yan. Papunta siya sa kaliwa. Pataas sa kaliwa. So, rise over run, negative 5 over 3. So, yung 5 is the vertical movement and run is the horizontal movement of the graph. So, ibig sabihin, kung halimbawa, nandito ka kay 3, 0, to locate the next point using the slope, 5 units upward, kasi vertical movement natin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then, yung ating horizontal movement, 3 units, syempre, pakaliwa tayo, so, 1, 2, 3. The next point is here at 0, 5. So, kung gusto mong malaman pa yung ibang points ng graph natin pataas, so, move ka lang ng 5 units upward and 3 units to the left. Kung gusto mo namang makuha yung points dito sa baba, yung mga susunod pa na points na dadaanan ng graph natin, so, you're going to move 5 units downward, kasi yun ang ating vertical movement, and then 3 units to the right. Another method of finding the slope of a given equation of line is to write it into its slope-intercept form. So, kapag sinabi nating slope-intercept form, yun yung y is equal to mx plus b. Slope-intercept form. And slope-intercept form, y is equal to mx plus b. Sa slope-intercept form natin, m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Kaya siya ay slope-intercept form. M is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So, for example, meron tayong 5x plus 3y is equal to 15. Para natin malalaman ang slope ng line na yan. So, by rewriting it to its slope-intercept form, we have 3y is equal to negative 5x plus 15. Then, solving for y, kasi kailangan y lang yung matira dun sa left side of the equation, y is equal to negative 5x over 3. So, negative 5x divided by 3 is negative 5x over 3 plus 15 divided by 3 is 5. So, having this equation, we can say that the value of m is negative 5/3. And our y-intercept is 5. So, same dun sa nakuha nating slope kanina na negative 5/3. So, again, to find the equation of a line, we can use the formula m is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Yun ay kapag may given na points. Para makahanap nyo yung slope, pwede nyo gamitin tong formula na to, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And then, kung wala namang given na points at ang given lang ay equation, para makuha natin yung slope ng line, meron tayong 5x plus 3y is equal to 15. Write it into our slope-intercept form, y is equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept.